Derby families are being encouraged to open up their homes to asylum seekers. The charity Upbeat Communities is looking for temporary accommodation for refugees and wants to make more local people aware of the host family scheme.
It's Upbeat Communities, this charity, and they've launched a project called Host Derby, which provides temporary accommodation for asylum seekers who just moved to the city. And they're wondering whether you could be on their list, be part of their number. Jack Goodman's been to meet a family who have taken a refugee into their home.
Hi.
Is it Tim?
Must be Jack, yes.
Nice to meet you, Tim.
Come on in.
Thank you very much.
You found us all right?
I got there in the end.
Hi, yeah, my name's Tim. Been in Derby for about 10 years and recently moved to this area and got involved with Host Derby.
I'm Nightingale from Uganda. I'm an asylum seeker and I've been in Derby since 2017.
So we first heard about Host Derby before they launched, so we were in touch with someone through a local church, and she said, we're launching something called Host Derby soon. So we thought, we'll come along to the launch, and we went along and found out a bit more about what they were up to, and sounded great, and so we thought, we'll sign up for that. And actually it's taken up until probably, I think, March this year. It was the first time we got on with Host Derby in terms of having a guest with us. So that's been our journey so far.
And how was that for you, Nightingale? Obviously coming into a new home, a new area, having someone opening their doors and saying, come stay with us. How does that feel, first of all?
I felt great, and I can't express it in my words, because how I felt was a bit of relief, somebody to love me. Initially, I was with Home Office accommodation. I was evicted in December, and that's when I contacted Delphis, who is part of the Host Derby. Then she took me up. I was desperate. I didn't have shelter. I didn't have accommodation. I didn't have any man on me. Then she introduced me to Host Derby. I can't express how I feel.
It works really well. all I can say is, so Nightingale is part of the family. So we don't consider her any different from anyone else in our family. When it comes to dinner time and meal times, there's chaos in the kitchen, and there's an extra pair of hands to hold our little one, and an extra, and also when it comes to cooking, so we both worked overseas in the past, and so to have some nice African food again has been a real treat for us. So yeah, Nightingale's just part of the family, and it works really well. Most
important question I think I need to ask now, you both mentioned cooking. Who's the best chef? Who's in charge of the meals, do we reckon?
Well, go on. If you were to ask our son or our daughter who's the best cook, I think probably Nightingale will win. Certainly the amount of Nightingale's food that our son puts away, I think she wins. But I think we all muck in, don't we?
All around here when Nightingale's cooking next time, I reckon.
Yeah, the children like my food. I also have another challenge because I'm used to African food. So now I enjoy also the English food. So we are half-half. The children like mine, I also like Tim's and Lucy's food. So we draw.
Everyone's a winner.
Yeah.
I think so, yeah. Milk, sugar?
A bit of milk would be lovely, thank you.
No problem. There you are. We'd said to Host Derby, we're available anytime, that's fine. And then after we'd kind of said, yeah, that's fine, Nightingale can arrive, we realised we were on holiday the week after. So we had to hastily book an extra ticket. And so Nightingale's first experience of our family was being stuck on holiday with us for a week.
You got a pretty good deal there, haven't you?
Yeah, it was as if it was planned for me, because immediately I came, then there was that spring harvest. We went to Tim's family, I met Lucy's family, and I became part of the family. I had fun. So I've met almost everybody. So now I'm the part of the two families.
My name's Sam Thorogood, and I work for Upbeat Communities.
I guess this is kind of why you do it.
Yeah, this is absolutely why we do it. And we have some amazing hosts who are just so giving and who completely give everything, in a sense, just opening their front doors and saying, come and belong, come and be part of this. And that's a real privilege to see that happen on a daily basis. And that is happening on a daily basis. throughout Derby and throughout Derbyshire. And we would just really encourage people, if they're listening to this and they're thinking, this is something maybe I'm interested in, or even if it's not something they want to commit to straight away, but they just want to hear more, we would really encourage people to get in touch.
So it works for both of you guys in terms of being part of this scheme. What would you say to people who maybe don't know about it or aren't sure about it? Would you encourage them to get involved as well, do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. I only wish, I think, that and in fact, we tried to get involved with hosting for a long while, and it was only since Host Derby kicked off and got up and running that we've been able to do it, and we would have liked to have done it for a lot longer. And so I would thoroughly and wholeheartedly encourage people to just go along to a taster evening or find out a bit more, because maybe it's not for everyone, but it's for us it's worked really well.
It makes a big difference to our lives. It can make a smile on our faces, and we have hope again for tomorrow.
Can you hold Jojo a second? So just in this interview, we've been talking about the phrase asylum seeker, and it's just struck me that that's quite odd, because it's not a phrase that I've never associated the phrase with you. You're just part of the family, you're our guest. And to hear the phrase, when you were introducing yourself, saying, my name's Nightingale, I'm an asylum seeker, I was like, oh, yeah, but you're not really.
That's great.
You're just part of the family.
And now my name has changed. I'm part of the family. I'm happy to hear that.
Jack Goodman there with Tim and Nightingale, who's living with Tim at the moment as part of the Host Families project. If